Alright, now I'm working on this window, inside of this window here. A few months back, I made a video about sashes, window sashes, how to rebuild them, how I rebuilt them. And as you can see from this side up, is where I stopped with the scraper. This is a carbide scraper. It does really good scraping down the paint. And this is probably lead paint. Alright, so I just finished scraping the whole window. So now it's bare wood, mostly. Didn't scrape it so much at the top, just a little bit, because you're not even going to see. Actually, none of this you're going to see. It's going to be covered up by the window sash. But yeah, I wanted to get all that loose paint off. See, you can see how loose it is right there. That's pretty bad. I got to take the storm window off tomorrow and go up from the outside and do that, and then scrape the outside. And then I'm going to primer this with some oil-based primer by Kilz. Alright, here I got the window. It was all stripped down. I got the storm window out and I scraped all this off, all the old paint. Gave it a good oil-based primer by Kilz. And then I went over it with some paint. Latex. Exterior paint. It's looking good. I still got to do this, but I was standing on that so I didn't do the bottom. I'll put this window back in. I gotta caulk this piece of wood up here because there's a big gap. So they put this piece of trim wood, but all the air and bugs would go through this crack, so I had to go and caulk it in there right there. Alright, so the paint's dried on me. It's nice and dry. It looks real good too. Now it's the time to install the window sash itself. Here's the sash cord that I'm using. If you need some of this, I'll put it in the description below. And this is really good because it's not cheap. It's a 700-pound break strength. It's not like real cheap stuff. I've seen some of the stuff out there. It would only hold like 40 pounds or 30 pounds on eBay, which tells me that's really cheapy stuff. Alright, I got the top window in. And I love how these weights hold these windows so they can slide up and down. It's pretty cool. One of the old windows do that. So I got the next rope ready for the bottom sash, but the problem is these little pieces that go in between. One of them's broken, so I gotta go to the home store tomorrow and pick up another one of these. And the outside trim that holds the other bottom sash, this one's all chewed up at the bottom. The other one's all broken and it's missing the top piece, so I'm gonna have to find some more trim that goes on the outside here as well. So I gotta stop for the night and finish this up tomorrow. I got brand new parting beads installed. I just primered it and I just started painting it to match the rest of the color. So I got a paint down here. And this parting bead, they didn't make the size I needed. I needed it like a 1/4 inch bigger, but it still fit. It's a little smaller than what it was in here, but it's gonna work. And next I'll install the bottom sash and I'll put this one back up. I just brought it down to paint the top parting bead here. Alright, just hung the bottom sash, pull the rope from up top. It's got a knot in the end and just shove it in there. There's a little metal piece right here that it goes right up under there. I'm not gonna put any screws or nails in it. It should be fine. It's nice and tight. And then you're done. You do it on both sides. You do need a partner. You need someone to hold the window for just about 10 seconds while you put the ropes in. I had to bug my wife to help me. She didn't want to help me. But there we go. We got it done. And now all you got to do is put the end cap on, which is a little trim that goes around. I got that one primered up and I'll put that on in a little bit. Just gonna wait for this paint inside to dry a little bit more. Alright, so we got the window reglazed and painted all the lead paint scraped off. We got the casing to the window, all the lead paint scraped off, and new primer and paint. You got a new sash cord holding on the windows to the weights. You can see these look like brand new hardware, but it's not. All I did was put that in a pressure cooker, and the pressure cooker will heat up that old paint, and then you just scrub it off after you take it out with, a wire brush, a scraper tool, and it looks brand new again. Alright, so I use an 18 gauge brad nailer, and I just nailed on this trim because it's pretty thin trim, and it's pretty even from top to bottom. The reveal's pretty big on it, 1/4 inch or more, about a 1/2 inch up at top. That's okay. I couldn't find the exact trim size that was here originally, but it's almost the same size. Could have used a little bit bigger one, but this is nice and tight. So now the weights pull it up, you go all the way up. You can have your window open in the summer, nice breeze. Your storm window with the screen, it's all nice and painted. And in the winter, you just pull it down until it goes to the bottom. Real nice. Old style, old school windows. And I got a little mounting bracket that I'm going to put up here up on top, bronze color. Also, when you put the trim on, get a little putty knife and put it in there. Make sure you have a little bit of space in there so this window doesn't get too tight when you nail that down. So you can see there's a little bit of play in it. That's what you want. You don't want it to be super tight, so this wood, it acclimates, gets big, expands, then it shrinks down with the weather. So you want it to have a little bit of space. Alright, that's the finished touch. That's the hardware. So now you just turn it and then it's locked. That's a bronze color that I use there. If I find it, I'll put it in the description if you guys are looking for one. It's less than $5 for one of these. And that finishes off the window. Other than painting on the trim for the interior, I still have to do that, but the actual window itself, the casing, the window refurbished, the restoration of this is all done completely. And again, this will probably last another 100 years. That's the good thing about old windows made out of wood. They last forever. If I was to put a plastic window in here, they probably only last maybe 15-20 years, and the plastic will start warping, and then you'll have to replace them again. This one will probably last my lifetime. Alright, that's it for this video, guys. Take care. God bless.